last year, do you think we were predictable? I mean, everyone knew we were running the ball. We still got it off. So I think we also got to get back into that attitude too, to that mindset, not really giving up what people are trying to do. And that's something that I'm definitely.
But you did say this time last year that you felt like you were making more plays. So then, with that said, what do you feel like is the difference at this point now?
Make plays. It's a good job. They pay us for a reason. When the ball's in your hand, make some stuff happen, and trust the guys up front. I still believe we got the best offensive line in the National Football League.
How much does it factor in that you don't have Landon out there?
Sorry, those first 2 runs that were successful, did you guys go back to?
Yeah, we went back to, I think maybe both. But again, they adjusted. They made a play. Brian, quick as hell, made a really good move and made a tackle in the backfield. And then going back to your question with Landon, obviously Landon's super important. Landon, not just his talent, just how he is as a leader and how smart he is and vocal up there. So definitely, not having him hurts, but all those guys that played, and Brett stepped up and he played well too. So it's little things. We're close, but to be honest, I'm tired of saying how close we are. And I know everyone else is tired of saying how close we are. We just got to go do it.
Saquon, do you think the first 2 runs, the 18-19-yard on the first drive, do you feel at that point they might have gotten rolling at that point in terms of the running game and hoping throughout the game and for it to stop kind of?
No, I don't. I think every run is just like its own individual play. Like, I'm sorry about that.
No, you're good.
Like, I don't look at it as like, because we got 18 and 13, we're going to just pop off. Like, I've had games where, I start with 2 yards for 8 carries and I finish with 160. It's really about just taking advantage of the opportunities when they come. Just got to do a better job of that.
Does it feel like the offense is too predictable right now?
I don't know. I'm out there playing. I'm pretty sure you guys have an opinion on that. But, like, I look at it as football is a lot simpler than what you think. So I think any team is predictable, especially at this point. Like, you have a foundation of plays that you run. If you watch film enough, you're going to have an idea of what's coming. We just got to do a better job of executing on those plays. That's football. Like, they can be in man coverage, and we have a go ball, and we throw it up, and A.J. Brown more times not to come down with the play. So it's all about just executing the plays. It's not. I don't get into it's predictable or pointing fingers. Like, I'm not gonna. I think KP's doing a hell of a job, but we all got to be better, and that's just the truth. And if anybody else thinks anything different, they got to wake up. In my opinion.
Saquon, I've heard several of the captains talking about making sure guys don't start pointing fingers. Are you guys a little concerned that could start happening?
No, I don't think so. I think we're all grown men, and we play in a professional sport, and we got to take accountability. I don't think that's happening, but like I said, just take accountability. Look in the mirror, and it's perfect for these 4 days. A little mini break. Get away from each other from a little bit. Sometimes that's good. And last time we had a little break, a little bye. It helped us out a lot. So obviously every year, I don't want to compare it to the years prior, but I know what it's going to do for my body. I know what it's going to do for my mental, and hopefully it does the same for everybody else.
In the past, even on days when you guys haven't had your best games, in good situation or you've been good with, as you talk about the things that don't require talent, but there was an end-of-half situation that you guys didn't execute over that. There have been penalties this year that have extended drives, have ended drives. What's going on with the things that don't require talent, as you guys like to say?
You got to take accountability for it. I can sit here and tell you that Nick Sirianni does a really good job of making sure, I've had a lot of coaches since I've been playing football. Situational Saturday, we talk about literally every single thing, every single thing. So, you can't point fingers that way. You just got to own it. We all just got to be better. And that's the beauty of this. We're in a situation where we lost 2 games in a row. And we put ourselves in this situation. We dug this hole. And the only way we're going to get out of it is by doing it together.
And we're sitting here at 4-2. What's that? 6 games out of 18, a third of the way in. We just gotta get better, find a way to win games. The last 2 games obviously sting a lot. We don't like losing ever, but I know everybody in this building will go back to work and there's just little details that we need to get cleaned up, and I think that can propel us forward.
It seems like at times there are spurts where the offense is working, you're moving the football. Why do you think it hasn't been as consistent?
The other teams get paid too. You look at different plays throughout the game. If we connect with Smitty, maybe it's a different game. There's a play like that you wish you had back each and every time. But no, we just got to be better as an offense, eliminating the negative plays, staying ahead of the sticks, and putting ourselves in a position to be able to keep drives alive.
How important is it that the mini bye comes at this time, coming off the losing streak?
Yeah, I think having 10 days between the next game is a benefit for us. Sit on this one a little bit longer, but we know we got to get it fixed, and everybody in this team knows that as well. So we got to get healthy and start putting together better performances.
What do you make of the inconsistency in the run game right now?
We got to find a way to stay ahead of the sticks. It's the zeros and negative yards that hurt, but teams are playing us well in the run game, and we just got to be able to fit our blocks better and give them lanes because we know we got great running backs on this team.
Very talented running back there who's, had a great season last year, but there's no flashes of that. So, it starts with everybody. It starts with us up front. But, I think, in this league, if you become one-dimensional, you're not making guys think, things can happen like that. So, yeah, man, we're just, not very good right now.
That's what we've seen the last 2 weeks is that you guys got away from the run. You had some early success in terms of the pass protection.
It becomes, it's like a lot of what we did last year was, run, play action, and it kind of fed off each other. And defense had a real hard time of kind of guessing what it was going to be. And I feel like last 2 weeks you kind of, what it is. You know when the pass is coming, when the run's coming. So, but it all starts with us, collectively as offense. So, and moving forward, we gotta do a better job of that.
It seems like sometimes the offense does get like little bursts and
spurts.
Yeah, what do you make of that?
Yeah, there's flashes, but there's flashes don't score points. It's about consistency. It's about once a big play hits, let's keep going until we finish. But like I said, we have spurts, but nothing consistent enough. So.
What about adjustments? This is the third straight week that you guys have failed to score a point in the second quarter. Yeah. What's happening in terms of adjustments?
We have things that we talk about, and then a lot of it goes out there, and the execution isn't there. We get behind the chains. I get very predictable. I think sometimes, and so it's frustrating, but we have a lot of season ahead of us, and confident with the guys in this room and how we work to get it fixed and to make games not so hard on ourselves, make it more fluid. I feel like we've been very stagnant offensively, and so we put the defense in the bind really past 2-3 weeks. So it's frustrating, but as professionals we got to fix it, and that's what we're going to try to do.
I'm sure there's not an easy answer, but how do you go about trying to fix it?
Well, you gotta see where you're inefficient at. Maybe if there's stuff that maybe we're keys that are giving away what we're doing. But at the end of the day, we got to be able to keep the defense guessing, not be predictable, and like you said, we have spurts, but there's nothing that's consistent about what we're doing.
There's a lot of season left, but does this feel variety last year?
I just feel like, last year we had big shots, we had big explosives, that we fed off from a lot of our drives. Like I said, we have some, but we're not able to capitalize on a lot of those, that you see out there. We may have a huge play, but we're not able to keep going to, and score. So, that's really what it goes down to.
Is there something that last year at this time, around this time, you and Landon went to Nick about changing the offense? We had this past meeting with this past week, AJ and Allen and Saquon and that, but maybe it takes the big guys up front to get something fixed.
Last year I think our identity was a lot of run play action. Obviously we're a lot more effective running the ball, but our run game isn't there. It makes it very hard for the passing game. Guys can just tee off on it. So teams are going to do different stuff schematically towards us. That's what they've shown really the first few weeks of the season. So, we got to do better. That's what it goes down to.
What makes you? There's times out there that they seem to be the more physical team than you guys. Does that surprise you? You guys have kind of been a team that prides yourself on that type of play.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about it all the time. We talk about it, but we got to go out there and be about it and do it on the field. They out physicaled us, in moments tonight. And that's just not us. That's not our brand of football, and we gotta fix that.
Is that the most disappointing part about this one?
The
getting out physical.
Yeah, I mean, I would say so. Them, being able to run the ball the way they did. If you can run the ball, it opens up a lot of things. So we just got to look ourselves in the mirror and be a better defense.
You haven't lost very much here in your time with the Eagles. To lose twice in 4 days, how do you guys kind of recover from this?
Just got to reset. Losing sucks. Nobody likes it. We haven't done it a lot, since I've been here. So we just got to fix the things that we need to fix and stop talking about it and actually do it on the field and put it all together.
Is it all fixable in your mind, and if so, why?
Yeah, 100%. You can fix anything. We just got to have the will and the want to go out there and fix the things that we need to fix and have it show up on Sunday or whenever we're playing.
I know Sunday's loss hurt, but to hear you guys speaking, it seems like this one may hurt even more.
Yeah, I mean, any loss hurts. Especially in division opponent. Nobody likes to lose. I mean, especially when you haven't done it a whole lot in the past year and a half, however long. Yeah, what?
I think they converted 11 of 15 third downs. Some of the issues getting off the field.
I don't know. That's something we pride ourselves on is, getting stops on third down. We force teams into third down, and we didn't do that. And when you don't do that, you don't allow your offense to have good field position and put them in a good position to go score points. So it doesn't help anybody when you as a defense can't get off the field.
Everybody's got to come together and just keep playing the ball and play as a team.
Jihaad, we've seen with this defense, even before you got here, that physicality was kind of the hallmark. Do you feel like they might have bested you in that category today?
Who, like me personally? Or
No, the defense in general.
I mean, we got to be better in our phases, and that's what we're going to keep striving for, and that's what we're destined to do. I think that's the biggest thing. There's really no ifs, ands, or buts. Like I said, there's no excuses. There's no nothing. The biggest thing really to take away from this game is, so what now? What? Like, what can we do to get better? How can we figure it out? How can we figure out a way to be physically dominant? How can we be physically tough? How can we be mentally strong? All those things. And that's just what it comes down to.
It was pretty even, to be honest, for me.
Okay.
From what I saw.
I'm just going to say you guys haven't scored a second half point in the last 3 games. So are adjustments an issue? Or lack thereof?
No, I don't think it's adjustment. I think it's just like execution. I don't think adjustment. I think because we coming in with we know what they're doing, and we're going out there with the right mindset and the right plays. It's just like execution. That's just it.
Wayne was saying that you see kind of flashes of how this offense can operate, but he said obviously flashes don't score points. No. How frustrating is it when you can see the potential, but like you said, it's kind of that toughness to execute at the end?
Regardless of the ups and downs, I think we just got to come out there and do our job, and that's all 4 quarters. Like, we got to play a complete game in offense, and we've been struggling to do that at times, and this season. So we have to get it fixed because it's showing up. Because we can't keep putting pressure on the defense and the special teams to dig us out of this hole. At some point we have to carry our own weight, like throughout the entire game. So.
What do you make of the fact that it's shown up in the third quarter, and especially in the second half, so consistently this season?
You know, I can't answer that. I don't know. I don't know what's so special about the third quarter.
AJ, after the interception, you were kind of by yourself there in the end zone. Just what was going through your mind at that point in the game?
Get him out of bounds, tackle him. I mean, obviously, I was in the end zone, so I
No, I don't mean when the ball was picked. I mean, kind of the play. The play moved on.
You know, I think I just accepted that we was about to lose. You know, that was like our last chance. You know, so we had to get points there, and we didn't. So.
Were you the first read on that?
On the interception? No. I think it was 0. I think it was some sort of 0. I don't. I really.
Because I wasn't sure if you were looking or not. I just wouldn't.
No, I don't. No, I think he worked the man side. So I don't. I'd have to look at it. On my side was for zone. So
you had this meeting this past week with Saquon and Jalen. What was behind that?
I don't call a meeting.
Oh, okay. The meeting never.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
Those guys said it did happen.
Oh, you didn't talk to them.
You weren't in the meeting.
I don't recall.
Or you don't want to?
I don't recall.
Coming into the season, returning 10 of 11 starters. Obviously, I know Landon was hurt tonight, but is it surprising that it's kind of taken this long to find your identity or sort things through, because you've all played so much football and won so many games together already?
What game is it? Game 6? Mm-hmm. I think, you know, sometimes it just takes longer than we expected. I think we're just trying to figure things out. They're just playing us different than last year, and I know you guys you wanted to look a certain way. And, you know, I think we're trying to make it look that way and then adjust. And we're, you know, we're still trying to find our identity. You know, I think that's safe to say. But regardless of whatever identity we're trying to become, I think it comes down to execution whenever we're running the ball or whenever we passing the ball. So.
Obviously, you guys are trying to figure out why the inconsistencies are there. Have you gotten any closer to that, do you think?
No, I think it's a group effort. You know, I don't think it's just one person or, you know, I think it's being on the same page, all of us. So,
Kevin Patullo is under a lot of criticism right now. You're with him on the sideline. What's he like during the sideline when it comes to adjustments during the game, talking to you about different plays, and just the job you think he's done?
Well, he's nonstop. You know, I think, honestly, you know, I think he's doing an amazing job. He's trying to get us the ball and talk about things that we may see in the ideas that he has, and you know, it's nonstop communication. And I know he's getting a lot of scrutiny, but you know, I think he's doing a good job and keeping this thing going.
What gives you confidence that this will get in the right direction?
Just the guys in his locker room and the coaches that we have, you know, just being optimistic about it, you know. I think it would be easy to, you know, be upset or sulk about it, but, you know, just be optimistic and just go to work, you know.
Do you feel like this mini bye that you guys have coming up is coming at kind of a perfect time? It seems like, you know, coming off a loss and then this quick turnaround, a lot of guys are beaten up, a lot of guys are probably tired.
I'm sure if there's some guys that it's probably not healthy, they're going to appreciate this a mini bye. But as far as guys tired, like, this is what we do. So, I mean, that's no excuse. I don't think guys are tired. I think guys are trying to figure this thing out and get this thing rolling. So I don't think we're looking for a break. You know, guys are eager to fix this thing.
I think they were the most physical team tonight. Yeah. Does it worry me? No, because we'll be back. We got more opportunities.
Why do you think that happened tonight in terms of the physicality?
I think we just came out flat. They came out ready to play, had energy at home, and we didn't.
Why do you think that is? After you guys lost last week, it seemed like people were excited to get back on the field on a short week.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you, honestly. I don't know.
Does this feel like maybe 2/3 of the season left. What does it feel like? Maybe a make or break type point in the year?
I think every part of the season is make or break. Stuff can happen whether it's 1/3 into the season or at the end of the season. We just got to play better ball, honestly.
How do you use you got a little mini bye here. How do you personally use that? How do you think this defense needs to use that and prepare for the next week?
Yeah, get our bodies right, and then come together as a team, as a unit. I think we just got to come together and talk about where we're at and where we want to be.
Zach, this is the most adversity that you've been through with this team since you've signed here. As a captain on defense, how do you look to lead the team through this?
Yeah, this isn't the most adversity. We ran into a similar thing last year, I think, around this time. And as a captain, just keeping everyone together, make sure no one's pointing fingers, and just making sure everyone's taking accountability for their own group, for themselves. And there's leaders in every group, especially on the defense, and just making sure everyone handles their group accordingly.
It's obviously a different situation, but do you draw on that experience?
Yeah, I think having that experience last year, you draw on that to figure out how to face adverse times and how to get through them.
It's not easy to overcome being without multiple starters, but how could you guys have maybe done better at overcoming?
Yeah, that's no excuse. We got enough guys on this team to play good football, and we just didn't do that tonight.
You guys were, I think, 11 of 15. The Giants were on third down. What was it about third down that was kind of alarming that you guys were seeing out there?
They were getting, I bet more than half of those were 3rd and 4 or less. We just got to get out of those situations and be better on 1st and 2nd down.
So you knew that Jackson's ability to run was going to impact the game. Did anything he was doing surprise you in his scrambling ability at times?
No, we knew what type of player he was, scrambling, especially the scramble to run opposed to scramble to throw.
We've seen that a few times. You guys have had quarterbacks who have had that ability this year, and it has hurt in some moments. Why do you think that is?
I don't know. We just got to get him on the ground.
How would you describe where you guys are at as a defense right now? The crossroads?
I don't know. I gotta check this film to really validate that answer for you.
I've heard a couple of the captains say about keeping people from pointing fingers. Are you feeling like this team is getting close to that point where that could happen?
I don't know. I just don't want it to happen. At no point as a leader do I want this team to be divisive and separate and start. We just got to keep everyone together. Yeah.
How do you go about